It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored, and in the studio, we have the creator, director, rapper turned filmmaker, the Netflix Supercell 11.8 million views in the first week, most watched TV show on Netflix, July 8th through the 14th. Rapman, one time!
Thank you. Thank you.
And, you know, first of all, man, congratulations on everything, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but I appreciate that a lot, man. It feels good.
Yeah, we wanted to bring in somebody because I listened to the backstory of how you came up with the concept and how you said you were curious about sickle cell. Mm-hmm. And there's probably nobody who is more vocal about sickle cell awareness than the top-selling group of all times when it comes to being a trio from TLC, T-Boz.
And I add that I am a massive fan. And when I saw your picture on the board, I was all excited.
Thank you.
Massive fan.
So she wanted to know, you know, kind of how this all came about. I know the backstory, but you had a college classmate or somebody. Tell us the story.
Yeah, there was just a girl that went to my college, and she would come in, and then I wouldn't see her for 3 weeks. And then you come in, then you wouldn't see her for weeks. I remember just asking her, like, why are you always missing college? What's the point in coming if you never turn up?
Right.
And she said, I've got sickle cell. And the only time I ever heard sickle cell before was when Tupac was cussing Prodigy. Yeah?
Right.
Honestly, that's the first time I ever heard it. So then I asked her about it, and then she showed me this big bag of blood while she was laying in a hospital bed. I think she was getting a transfusion at the time. Uh-huh. And I was like, wait, how often do you do that? And she's like, sometimes every 2 weeks, sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depends. And she just went into it. And I was like, and she said, yeah, it mainly affects black people. And that was the first time I had deals about it. So I went down a little rabbit hole, and I wanted to find out, how can there be a disease that primarily affects dark skin? It don't make no sense to me. And I went down all of these Google routes, and there was never no answer to it. So I was like, this is crazy, man. No one's not speaking about this. No one's not going to talk that there's a disease that's killing black people. And so I said, nah. So when I got into the position that I got into of creating, I love superhero genre. I said, but I need the power to come from somewhere special. And I said, imagine it comes from sickle cell. So I said it makes people feel seen with sickle cell. Mm-hmm. And as a parent, if you've got to live with that, but someone tells you your kid will be extraordinary, you'll take that deal, right, for your child. And I was like, it will raise awareness. It will be a dope way for the powers to come from, and it will just start the conversation more. And that's all I know. That's all I knew. That's my journey. Man. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Nah, all good, man.
Because that meant a lot to me. Because I have it.
Yeah, no, I know.
So I was just like, yes.
Did you watch it? Have you seen it?
No, I want to. It's on I told him, but because when we talked about it, it's on my list.
Okay.
I already downloaded it.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Because everybody started calling me, and I was like, what? But I don't like to be interrupted.
Okay.
Like, so I can, like,
you gonna binge it?
Pay attention. Yeah, so I'm binge watching.
Okay, dope. Yeah,
then I'm on it.
Yeah, you watch it.
Starting tonight, swear for God.
Yeah,
Look,
make sure.
The for God.
No, I believe you.
I got you. For real. But no, thank you, because it does make a difference.
No, I appreciate that, man. I've been getting messages from so many warriors all over the world. Like, it's been emotional. Like, a young girl hit me up, said that normally she tries to tell her friends that she's not well, and they say why. She says sickle cell, and they don't understand. They don't really ask no questions. Since the show's come out, they've been asking her questions. The conversation's flowing easier with her friends now. She doesn't feel like she's outcast. It just makes it feel normal. They feel that people are coming out openly now saying, I got sickle cell, which I don't know why they couldn't have before, but now it's like they feel like the taboo's been lifted. So, and I never knew, I wasn't going into it to do that. I just wanted to shed light on something that I feel is killing our people slowly and with no one talking.
It's going to make a difference because everybody feels alone. They don't think nobody understands. Doctors treat us bad.
Yeah.
And people think because I have money, they think that makes a difference. Money doesn't buy a cure. It doesn't buy manners. It doesn't buy common sense.
No, facts.
You know what I mean? And you do feel alone. You know what I mean? And that's why I've been so vocal about it, to let people know that I go through the same things they go through no matter what. And sometimes I'm picked on because of who I am.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? A lot of people think we're drug seeking. Like, so I can't tell, because it brought tears in my eyes when I found out you had this, because I was like, somebody is actually like, oh my God. Because nobody, like, I couldn't even get help from the national region from the last president. And so I would do something called T-Boz Unplugged, which was a concert because I thought, why not raise money in a fun way instead of it being woe is me at a dinner. Like everybody listens to music. Let's listen for a good reason. So something like this actually like put it on the map finally. Like I even did Celebrity Apprentice with Crazy. Yeah. And, and still didn't really get nowhere, So this way, putting it in a fun way, like where, like you said, somebody gets something from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom doesn't think it's funny when I go, Mom, you gave me cootie. She'd be like, that's not funny.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to be a parent, and I know that I gave my daughter the trait, that is true. Because you're like, oh, if she marries somebody, she'll give her kids. You know what I mean? So it did make it in a better light the way you did it. So thank you.
I appreciate that, man. Anything I can do to help, and I hope it just helps more people. And I think the conversation just needs to keep on going. Yeah. Because it's just, as I said, you can go into a room with 10 people, and if 3 people know what sickle cell is, you're in a good room. A lot of people, even in our community, don't know about it. They've heard the word, but don't know nothing about it. And it's just, it's crazy. I don't understand why it's just so hidden.
We got more when we come back. We got Rapman in the studio along with T-Boz. Right?
What time? But it's mad. You used to do you done all of them, all dance routines, everything. I never know, but you would never, because obviously I know people with it, but the way you was on stage, where you are, you would never think that there's anything holding you back, man. You was always going for it, so that's crazy. And I watched the documentary recently, your recent documentary, and I was just like, it's mad that you would never think that you would have it. Sometimes you can kind of tell if you know what to look for, but I couldn't tell with you. So you're just you've been you're kind of killing it, man. You killed that I appreciate it. Yeah. You're controlling that.
That was a goal though, because I didn't want nobody to pity me or feel sorry, because I noticed every time I would tell people, and I get the same thing in school. Why you always missing school?
Yeah,
but kids were mean to me. They used to call me like Batman and Robin because your eyes be dark. Yeah. They would be like, "Oh, you're a sicko." Like people don't understand having an illness. They just think like you're like gross or something. I don't know why that is. Like, and it's just like you can't catch it if you touch me.
Yeah. Wow. People had those kind of misconceptions too?
Absolutely.
Those are people that don't know anything about it, man. You'll be so surprised how, even I'm doing it with Netflix, they're not sure about, they're just like, okay, is this true? So are you sure we should put this in? Is this what really happens?
Yeah.
Like if you watch the show, they get tired. Really tired.
They take like a whole half a day to recharge.
So you've seen the show?
Yeah.
We've seen
it.
So you've seen it. So you see when he's knocking on the door when he's trying to get through to his dad.
Yeah. His dad,
And it's like, he is conked out because he's drained. Yeah. But people don't understand that. So Netflix are like, you sure, Raps, is this a power thing? They said it's a power thing, but it's connected to the sickle cell as well, because sickle cell people with sickle cell tend to get really tired when they go through it, and I wanted that to connect to the power.
Yeah.
So things like that, people just don't understand it at all, and I didn't know. I didn't know. So when I was writing the show, I had to do loads of research. That's the only reason I even know so much now.
Yeah.
But man, it's.
So how did you? I mean, I've heard that when you decided to do this with Netflix, that you told them that you needed to have at least 3 seasons.
I told them I've got a 3-season story, but they always told me it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah.
First season has to do well to get a second season.
Well, they're doing well. It's doing great.
To do first season. Exactly. But I did tell them I've got 3-season story, yeah.
So have you already, written it out?
No, but I've got it up here.
Because there's a part in there that I think, for the cameos, because the showrunner, the creator, the director, there's got to be a part for a cameo of some sort.
Listen,
for T-Boz in there.
T-Boz can do whatever she wants.
You heard it here first.
You want to come to Supercell? We get you in Supercell. Trust me.
Make sure that girl can act. I can do whatever.
Get out of here, man.
I mean, when you have that, Rapman, when you have that kind of. Oh, first of all, before we get to that, my son, we watched it all together. We binged it on. He was like,
thank you.
Why he call himself? He's 20. He's like, why he call himself Rapman? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, you know what? Back in the day in London, our rap scene, the UK rap scene, didn't really exist. So all we did, we listened to the Nas, the Biggies, the Pat J's, all the American rappers. Yeah. We had our own sound. It was called grime, garage. So it was like you rap a bit faster, and it's a bit of a beat skip. It's not the same. But I was so obsessed with the American rap scene. Right. I would rap with an American accent. So every time I'm coming along, they'll be rapping. They'll be doing like, you know, when you're just rapping on the street, when I will come along like, yo, shorty. And now they were like, oh, here comes Rapman. So it was just a nickname that just stuck.
Here comes Rapman.
Yeah. So it just stuck. And I just wanted to show, because I'm really, like, the part of South London I'm from is really like the hood of London. Yeah. I just wanted to show that I could I wanted to prove that I could use my same nickname from the streets. Right. And still rise up in the Hollywood world. I wanted to see, I'll probably start using my normal name eventually.
No. Keep it like that.
No, it'll be like, my full name is Andrew Onwell, so it'll probably be Andrew Rapman.
Andrew Rapman.
And Andrew Rapman Onwell. But I just wanted to show, it's really just for people in my neighborhood, like, yo, I'm going to do it and I'm going to still use the same name. Yeah. And it's like, it still works.
So how accurate is it? Because I know you're talking about the gang culture, the knife culture. Like, is it as bad as, because my son, he has a chance to go to different places, and one of the places is London. And we watched this, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna ask Rapman when he come on, man, should I send you to London?
No, London ain't London's. Just don't let him go to the wrong part of London. See, people look at that show, take away the powers. That is the carbon copy of South London. Wow, that is it. That's why it's you know, the knife crime's heavy there. There's guns as well, but the reason why there's so much knives because the young people, they can afford the knives. They're cheaper. Right. You can steal it from your mum's kitchen drawer. You can order it off of eBay, and that's what they're dealing with their stuff with when they're outside in the streets. London is definitely, it's very greasy. It ain't the tea and crumpets that you think it is. Oh, okay. But it's not all like that. That's why when you watch the show, you got a delivery guy, you got a nurse. It's not all like that, but there is that world, and I would just say as long as you steer clear from there, you'll be all right.
One of the things that that we talked about was the casting of it. Man, it was some of the most beautiful women I have ever seen. The most beautiful women.
That's why you got Jen.
Man, some of the most beautiful women I have ever seen, man. And it was just like, man, was that deliberate, bro?
No, I didn't cast on looks, man.
But I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying
I know everybody says that. I see on TikTok, like, the girls are being swooned over by the guys and the guys are being swooned over by the girls. The whole cast, they're all just getting inundated with love messages. But all it was is that the people came into the room and
they killed it.
They just happened to look good, I suppose, isn't it? You know, I wasn't looking for someone to look a certain way. Yeah. But one thing we did, though, we made sure that we lit the skin perfect. Because you see when you watch a lot of shows, for example, I'll give this as an example, not saying that Stranger Things do it. Stranger Things, there's one black cast member, Right. And I know Caleb as well, so big up Caleb. He plays the black kid in Stranger Things. If there's 5 people in the scene and 4 of them are white, the light is going to go to the majority. So sometimes the dark skin kind of gets left off, and then he looks a bit too dark or washed out.
Right.
Yeah. We made it clear. So my DP was black, and we made our gaffer who deals with the lighting that we're trying to light for dark skin. And because it was the majority black cast, we made sure that the makeup team came on, the lighting and the camera was a new camera that just came out to mix together to make everyone look extra excellent and beautiful. So that's why the cast is getting
job well done, man.
Crazy love.
I'm telling you, because that matters. Even High Bright over here, they make me look gray. I'm saying, but they make us. I'm High Bright, but they make me look gray and stuff. I'm like, hey, you could be. I've had gorgeous people be on our sets and look not as cute because
of the makeup and the lighting.
You'd be like, oh my God, you look way better in person. Right. You know. I hate when people say that to me. I'll be like, well, dang, am I messed up on TV? Like, let me know so I'll do something different.
They just didn't like you properly, man. They just didn't know how to bring out the beauty on top. That's all. And
because when you sick too, it shows in my eyes. Like, well, we got bags and dark circles in my family anyway. Okay. But when you're sick with sickle cell, I get super high bright. Not that I'm not yellow, but I got them peach undertones. I be telling people, golden peach undertones. But no, you get bright. My lips get super pink, and my eyes get super dark. And people be like, "You look tired." Well, heifer, I am. Okay, and I've been sick. Okay.
I gotta say, big up to you from Blue Story.
Oh, appreciate that.
And I've noticed that you keep a lot of your day ones, like Eric Coffey.
Eric Coffey,
who was in BMF.
He's in BMF. Okay. He's actually.
Oh yeah, man. The total cast switch up. From BMF.
Yeah, that's my good friend.
Yeah.
So he actually, BMF saw him. Tasha Smith saw my movie and then cast him off of that. So that's how he got into BMF. So he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, she saw the movie.
Well, he killed that role.
Yeah, he killed that.
Lamar.
Does every UK actor know how to do an American accent?
Yes.
Just in
That
case
is so
they're...
dope.
Yes.
Do you know how to do it too?
I'm not an actor, but I can probably try half. But I'm not an actor, but if I did, I probably could. But only because we grew up watching all of your TV and film.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a lot of channels with British TV shows on with black people in it.
Yeah.
We had like 2 shows across the whole. So we had like 90% American black shows. So we could emulate your voices because we've been watching it the whole time.
But that's an art.
You'd be surprised because people are starting to be able to pick up the London accent now. So you'll soon give
I
it.
used to be able to do it. I can't do it no more.
But now, if you keep on watching shows like Supercell or Top Boy or Borders,
Top Boy.
If you keep on
Luther,
watching these shows, soon you'll be starting to pick it up. So give it 10 years from now, you'll be coming to steal our roles.
Y'all
This
good.
is the thing about it.
That's harder to do y'all than because I
other
don't
way
know.
around.
So you bet.
Because when we watched it, you know, I came back on and because I knew that he lived there, and I was like, I told everybody who was listening to the show, I said, man, hey, it's some real slang in there, man. Turn the captions on, because I got it, and then once I turned the captions on, because everything in it, and there was a lot of in it, and I was okay. But then I started to see what the words were. You know, the one thing, because I saw you put in a lot of American stuff like money, power, respect in the writing and some of those things. So
but we don't even see that as an American thing. We want money, power, and respect too.
Yeah.
You know? That ain't an American thing. That's a people thing, bro. we want the same thing. You just haven't heard us say it.
That's a big song over here.
I know the song.
I know the song.
I'm a big
Money, power, respect.
Yeah, but I know the song. We want that too. You know, we want the same things, man. We didn't know.
Get your knife off my face, man. Get your knife off my face, Rapman. Y'all can't see this on radio. He got his knife on me.
No. Look, I meant to tell you, when y'all was talking about knives, you know, Bill Diggins, our manager, he was robbed for his watch, $45,000 watch. He's in a nice place in London. I don't know which part, but he was taking pictures, and you know your coat goes up.
They can see it.
Knives, robbed him, broke his ankle. He had surgery and everything.
Wow.
And he sent me like stuff on the news over there.
Yeah.
Like it's a big thing where they're setting people up to get robbed. They just put on a watch and walk down the street and watch what happens in London right now.
The show's no joke. See, in London, you could come out of a nice restaurant with your partner
Yeah, that's
and your
what
watch is
happened.
on. They follow you home.
Wow.
And they jump you. So now they have task force. And the cops are setting them up. They put on nice watches, and it's on the news and everything over there because it just happened to Bill. It happened on Christmas holiday, and he had surgery on his ankle. They broke his. He did everything wrong that they tell you not to do. He fought back. I was like, Bill.
Rapman says, do not fight back.
Just give it over, man. Like at Christmas, that's their Christmas. You can't be walking through London with a 45K watch on Christmas. Like, nah, you like. Yeah,
Right,
this.
But you're interrupting.
Yeah, come on with it.
It better be a good question.
It's a good question.
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Do they, when you write your script, you wrote the whole first season, did they try to give you a lot of script notes like, is this, or is this that? And did you have to fight for stuff, or is it more like, I know this world way better than you, trust me, this will work? Or was it you send in a script, they mark it up, and you looking at them like...
Literally, everything you said is everything. So there's like 50 drafts of the pilot of the first episode. There's like 50 drafts. There's probably, I can send you 50 versions of the first episode. What they do, they give you a load of notes. So you send in the script, they will send you back pages of notes of why something's not working. The notes that I agree with, I will sit and discuss with them. And sometimes the argument is, no, that's how this culture works in the streets of South London. So that's how we talk in South London. No, 'cause remember, these are people that are not. So that would work sometimes. Sometimes it's not about slang. Sometimes the violence, you know, like I don't know if you've seen it all. You've seen at the end where someone gets stabbed a lot of times.
Yeah.
That was 10 times worse.
Oh wow.
Worse, and I had to. They was like, it's too much. I said, but it's personal between these characters. This is what you would do. They made me cry it in half, basically. So it was a lot more violent. So I had to. That was the meet in the middle. There was a point where you see when the girl gets beaten up.
Yeah.
They did not like that at all. They wanted to get that taken out. But I said it's not mainly because she was a female. But in London, It don't matter if you're male or female.
Anybody
If you're gangbanging,
Anybody
you're
get
gangbanging. Female or male, like you're not gonna stop like Snoop on the wire, or you're gonna show her mercy because she's a female.
Right.
If you're picking up your weapon to go against the person you're against, it's the same. So I have to use that as a fight to get through. There's a lot of notes that come through, but because they didn't understand the culture fully, they gave me a lot of leeway to say, okay, we trust you. Let's go. Okay, we trust you. Let's go. Until sometimes it was just like, that's too crazy.
Do they say it's legal? Or did they blame it on legal?
No, they don't. She couldn't. My relationship with the head commissioner was really good, so she would always come at me straight. She would say things like, a lot of people will see a scene like this and not even watch the rest of the show. Like, this is just through their statistics. And so I'd have to always look into it like that, because you want the show to be successful, right? Yeah. So if we start the show with a massively violent scene and 20% of people will not carry on watching, that could stop me from getting a renewal for season 2. So I'd always take everything into consideration.
Yeah.
Did you, when did you know that it was out of here? Like, because you wrote it, you shoot it. Like, when did you start to get the real reaction where you was like, man, okay, it's on?
Do you know what? I knew that it was going to do well. So the show came out on the 27th, and we done the premiere in London on the 24th. But there was an LA screening on the 26th.
Okay.
And it was the pilot is a great episode. I love the episode, but it's the slowest in pace, and it's completely just London. It's so everyone in that LA screening was just influencers from the States, like all different people. Like, they was laughing their head off. They was oohing, they was ahhing, and they loved it.
Right.
And we had execs in there from Apple, from that's all over different studios that I've been in conversation with for years. I just said, come through and come watch the pilot. They all loved it. So I said, you know what? If all of these people love it, and I know London's going to love it, I knew it was going to do well. And then I realized when I started seeing the numbers, I said, oh, yeah, it was right. But I was nervous, very, very nervous, even on the release. But seeing that the American audience got it, because as you said, I didn't water down the slang. I could have. I could have easily made these words that you understand. Yeah. But when I used to watch The Wire, I didn't know what they were saying. By the time I finished that season, I understand, you know, you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I started getting it.
As they say in The Wire, the game is the game.
Always.
The game is the game.
So I learned the language. Like, I learned their lingo. And I was like, no, I want people to learn the London language. I deliberately didn't water it down. So I was worried some people are going to turn off for me. I don't understand it. I don't like the accent. So when people started quoting the lines, and you know, I was like, okay, yeah, it's done well, man.
That's good.
So I'm a huge comic book fan as a kid. What was your comic book?
I couldn't afford the comic books. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, when I say poverty was real, our poverty was real, but I could afford the X-Men cards. So I had all the X-Men cards that I could get. I would get a pack like every once a month or something. And I loved Wolverine and Cyclops.
Yeah. That used to be my husband.
Yeah. So I used to love those.
In my head.
In your head?
Yeah. Then Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then Bumblebee.
This was young. And this was maybe, remember, the X-Men days, there was no Marvel movies them days. It was just the cars and stuff,
Hey.
That's true.
We got more when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.
That's dope.
No, I appreciate that, man. I can't wait to see. I want to know.
I'm going to watch it. I didn't know all
like.
that was in there. And I love murder, death, kill stuff and gang banging.
Yeah,
and all that.
If you love the gangbanging stuff and you like superhero stuff, this is like your favorite show.
You're going to watch all 6 in a row.
My son will probably like this too, so we're going to watch it tonight.
Yeah,
we have movie nights.
Oh, that's dope.
And we make old.
How old is he?
He's 8. He'll be 9 on the 31st.
Yeah, is that a little rough?
You might want to cover his eyes sometimes.
Is there sex in there?
No, the sex is minor.
It's just violence.
But it's the violence.
I'll let him say.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. I let my little one see.
No, because that's the real world. I let my kids. If he old enough to understand, he can see it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I explain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that with my kids. I let them know what's out there because this can happen.
Yeah.
So long as it ain't sex, though, he knows.
There's a little.
He just watch like this.
There's 2 sex scenes.
And he like boobs too.
No. There ain't no boobs in there. They wouldn't allow us to put boobs in. I know they said if we show front, we have to show front of the guys. So if we put boobs out, we have to show the front of the guys as well. So why
not? No, opportunity
I mean, you know,
season 2.
You know,
That's a Superpower.
I say keep it even. Hey, that's what made me watch Spartacus. I was like, Mom, they got killing him penises. Oh my God, it's amazing.
You're probably the only one that did watch Spartacus. I don't think anybody else did. That was crazy.
How did you know that you had the talent? Like Walk us up to it, because so many people see this, I mean, and all of these different, hats that you wear, but what was it that got you started writing, and what was the big break?
The thing that got me through the door, I was always posting YouTube videos. They were films.
Okay.
Like musically narrated films. Like you could call them music videos if you don't see the bigger picture, but they were stories, but proper like films. So the music would stop and then there'll just be a scene of acting.
Yeah.
I was doing that for years, and I built up a small little fan base, had a few thousand followers. But I done one called Shower Story. It went crazy viral over the UK. It was like a 3-parter, and it done really, really, really well. And then I wanted someone to write a movie for me of all of my shorts together, and I kept on getting these mad quotes of mad money that I didn't have to spend in it. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself.
Right.
So because I didn't have no one to do it, I wrote it myself. And then that movie ended up being the 6th highest grossing of the year in the UK.
Wow.
And it made a load of money, and then,
What's it
Netflix
called?
was chasing Blue Story.
Blue Story.
Yeah, so I wrote Blue Story because I was trying to get a writer to write
So
it.
what
No
can you
one
watch
did.
it on?
I heard it used to be on Hulu. It's probably on Amazon Prime somewhere. Anywhere you can buy the movie.
I'm a prime crackhead.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you'll find it somewhere.
That's dope. No, I started writing, so I wanted to hear that answer. Because I want to know. No, I mean, I think because
You gotta soak up that knowledge. Yeah.
No, but that's dope though, and that's true. People be overpricing
Everyone's
and
pricing,
stuff.
so you
That's
start,
how
"No,
I
I'm gonna do
started
it
doing. So I write it myself. I write movies.
That's it.
No, but for real, I
Yeah.
got movie magic, screenwriter, and final draft.
Final
and I
draft.
wrote it myself.
Final draft is what I used, and I think that's probably the easiest.
Yep.
And it's just trial and error. Like,
So from Blue Story, what happens after that?
Okay, so after Blue Story comes out, 2 weeks before Blue Story came out, Netflix reached back out. So after Shower Story came out,
Yeah.
filmmaker James Samuel, I don't know if you know
Yeah,
him.
he's been on the show.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know him at this point. 2018, I got a FaceTime call from him. He got my number from somebody. He said, listen, I love Shower Story. I think it's the best thing I've ever seen. Me and Jay-Z were talking about it. And I was like, well, whoa, calm down. Jay-Z seen Shower Story. These times I'm a massive Jay-Z fan.
Right.
You're like, yeah, Jay-Z seen. I don't know who this guy is that's talking to me, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is some random guy telling me him and Jay-Z love this thing that I've done on YouTube. I was like, okay, mate, cool. It sounds all good. Good, can I call you next week? I said, call me whenever you want. I didn't take it serious. A week or 10 days later, I got a FaceTime call from James again. I was putting my little one to bed. I said, look, can I call you back? He goes, wait, just speak to my friend first. Jay-Z's come on the FaceTime. I said, listen, I've seen it. I want to do business with you. Fast forward about 2-3 weeks later, I'm in Jay-Z's house. I signed with Rock Nation as manager. They manage me as a filmmaker. Then they say, what do you want to do now that you're with us? So I got a TV show that I want to put out there. It wasn't Superpower, it was another show.
Yeah.
I said, cool. So they lined up meetings through all of the studios in Hollywood. FX, Hulu.
Everybody.
Everyone you could think of. I went through all the list. None of them wanted it.
Right.
Netflix, though, they liked it. They said, we love this. But you sell it in the UK, so you have to go back to the UK and pitch it to the head in the UK. Went back to the UK, pitched it there. She said, love you, don't love the story. But I want to keep in contact with you. Me, when someone says keep in contact, to me, that's you're never going to speak to that person ever again in life.
Right.
Unless you bump into them somewhere. I didn't think too much of it. At that point there, Shower Story was done so well that the script that I wrote in that time while waiting for someone to do it, no one was doing it, I told the producer that I got that made. Someone said, look, after the back of Shower Story, we want to do whatever you want to do next, which was Blue Story. So fast forward like a year, Blue Story was finally about to come out in 2 weeks, and it was heavily promoted in the UK. Buses, TV, radio, everywhere. You couldn't miss it. Netflix reached out and said, can we take you to dinner? I said, free food. I said, hey.
That's a win-win.
Where to? They said, you choose.
Right.
I chose the most expensive
Yeah.
restaurant I could think of.
That's right.
Honestly,
And you
bro.
took stuff to go.
Right.
I wasn't playing, man. So I went there. I'm eating this free food. And they're just like, okay, so just wondering if you got any ideas for any more TV shows? I said, got this one idea. And I started talking about an idea that I had. It was like a soccer show. They're like, okay, anything else? I said, I got this other idea I haven't really thought about. He goes, well, nothing else? I'm just like, bro, I thought this was a general for me to eat and us to talk. You actually want an idea. So I said, look, I've got this idea about people from my part of South London with powers. And they like normal people with extraordinary powers, but they ain't trying to save the world. They're using it to better their life. And I looked up and it was quiet. And they looked at me like, cha-ching. They're like, tell us more. I was like, I ain't really got much more now, They said, okay, maybe let's have a meeting. They said, no. Look, my film comes out in 2 weeks. I need to know if this film's going to do well.
Right.
I spent a lot of time making that movie. after that's out, come back to me. Let's talk next. So the movie came out. It done really well. They came to me like 2-3 weeks afterwards. Said, look, we really want to work now. I said, cool. Let me get back to you. And the pandemic hit. It was crazy time. George Floyd just got murdered. Massive over here. I was like, I can assume, but it was crazy in London. Blacks in London was protesting. It was crazy, yeah. And I was like, what can I do to, other than just going down with a picket, like, is there something more I can do? So I said, let me make this TV show that's going to empower black people. And then times I didn't know how long TV takes. I thought it was like a movie. You start in January, be out at Christmas. TV, there I am. 4 years later, it took. So anyway, I wrote this thing. Netflix reached out halfway through the pandemic. I was just wondering any update. I said, you know what? I've actually written 2 episodes and I've got the whole Bible of the show. I'm going to forward it to you. Forwarded it over. They came back in a week, said we want to make it. And then went into development, and then it got made.
Wow.
One time for that.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
I appreciate
That's dope.
So were you making it up as you at this meeting with dinner? You did you already have the bones of Supercell? Or
Nah, I didn't. You know, that's what was crazy. Like when I was doing promo for my movie Blue Story, there was one asset that they wanted to do. It was me and the cast on the back of a bus in London, and the cast and me talk to each other, and they film it like an interview process.
Right.
And one of my lead actors like, are you always gonna tell things in the hood? Or are you gonna have to do other stuff like outside of the genre? I said I don't mind telling hood stories, but I'm gonna put it in sci-fi world one day. And they looked at me like, huh? And this was filmed, like, because it was an asset for the promotion, it was filmed. So that went on YouTube and everywhere. But that idea that's the first time I ever spoke it out loud. I didn't even know it was there until somebody asked me, and that just started flowing.
Yeah.
So then that meeting with Netflix was like 2-3 weeks after that, this food meeting I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So when they brought it up, I said the same thing. Exactly what I said on the bus, I said to her. I didn't have any more, other than I wanted normal people from my part of London to get powers. And that's all I had in my head. So if I didn't have that idea, I would have missed opportunity. Really and truly, I would have missed opportunity, because she would have asked me, I would have said nothing. You sure? Nah, nothing.
And then
I would have still got that free meal.
Yeah.
You know, but I wouldn't have got my own TV show. I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys and T-Boz right now. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man.
So yeah, I was ready, man. I feel like you kind of have to stay ready. Like if you are writing,
stay ready.
You should still be writing your script now, because you never know when someone's gonna be like, no, what have you got? And then you send them the script, and it's like they just want to work with you so bad, they make it straight away.
I got 4.
Oh well, there you go.
Ready.
You're ready. You're ready.
Stay ready.
She stays ready.
But where I messed up is I didn't go try to sell them yet and all that, because I keep.
So they're just sitting at the
touring and
house?
stuff. Yeah, but see, I want to start retiring on touring. I just turned 54. Come on. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, one time.
but still, I'm dancing across the stage.
You're still yeeking.
But I still
That's
want to slow down on that for real.
Yeah.
Because I want to spend more time with my kids, and I do want to get more into like writing and producing and stuff. So I have 2 executive productions under ATL, which was about me and Dallas growing up. So T.I. was Dallas and Lauren London was me.
Right.
But then the TLC story. But I want to do my scripts now.
Are you gonna do another TLC story?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Why you took that face?
Because that was hell.
that was a good film, though. You know,
Thank you.
I feel like that film kind of went under the radar. What do you feel that you don't feel? I feel like that didn't.
Well,
get...
there was one part that
I like that.
that was,
Only 3 days,
really
though.
but there
film,
was
though.
the one part that was totally left out of it.
Here we go.
I'm glad you bring that up.
Here we go.
Because, you know,
His part.
the first time TLC ever came on the radio, their whole entire radio album was played, and then callers called in and picked the first single. And it had never been done. They played the whole entire album, and the DJ who did it was cut out of that film, and that was me. So, yeah, there needed to be another one.
It wasn't. I told you, it wasn't my fault.
I believe her. Sometimes, like, it's not. It's
We
out
be
of your
fighting
hands.
for stuff. Yo,
Things get
we
cut
be
in the
fighting.
thing all the time. But that's actually a sick concept. I never knew. I would have liked to see that, though. That's information.
dope.
Yeah.
He was there and he knows. I was like, I'm so sorry. But you know what? And just with the documentary, 2 years of arguing. I will never work with A&E again if it's left up to me.
But you know the grass ain't greener. Everywhere you go.
I know, but you know what? It was still a little greener.
Oh,
little,
yeah,
a
is it?
smidget.
Yeah.
But they was just like
It was too much. Too much.
They was trying to make me just look like the sickest person on the planet.
Oh, wow.
I would have probably not got another. I would have been like decrepit. Let them tell the story.
Wow.
And y'all, and anybody who knows me, I ain't never showed myself in the hospital. I showed one little smidget in that documentary because I said, okay, I'll let y'all see a little bit because y'all are not going to paint me out to be like, all about me is just sickle cell, and that's all my life.
Which most of the time, I mean, I'll reach out to you and you'll say it after the fact. You was like, I just got out of the hospital. Well, I was in the hospital. You really don't try to show that part of your life.
No, you can look at my arms. Look at all the holes. How many times they poke you? Like, I'm all, like, you know, you be coming out looking like a crackhead. Honestly, you do. Like, I got 22.
You be strong,
yeah, you couldn't be able to tell.
You be strong from when you pulled out on Method Man in Belly. You know,
you couldn't tell.
Thank you.
I mean, so that's why we wanted to kind of have this meeting, because we were all sitting around and we found out you was coming, and I was like, man, I wonder if we should get T-Boz to come. And I've been trying, and we figured it out. So
that's dope.
Hey,
and that's a surprise.
We put them together. Something's got to come out of this.
A nice present surprise for me. That's nice for me as well.
I appreciate that.
Here's a question: has just like how a lot of other actors in their areas they get their back, has London and Brixton really embraced you as a creative person with these incredible films?
Yeah, I think I get my love in London. I can't lie. In London, I'm appreciated back home. I am.
You eating for free?
Yeah, some places. You know what it is with eating for free? They always want you to post. I'm not a social media person like that where I have to I just rather pay.
Yeah.
I'd rather just give you the money, use it for your business, than me give me the food for free for me. But no, London do that. There's not a lot of people doing what I'm doing in London, so every time you do something great, it is appreciated.
That's dope.
Well, we want to say to Rapman and T-Boz, man, thank you for this time, and I'm glad we got this meeting together. And our studio audience, we didn't expect it to be that big.
One time.
I'm actually at the Sickle Cell Warrior Center tonight. You know, there's a convention today, a Sickle Cell convention in
Really?
I don't know the hotel's name. I always forget the name because I've only just come today. It's the 11th one. I know it's a big deal, so if anyone's gonna come through,
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, we got more. Y'all give it up one more time for Rapman.
One time. Wrong way down the runway.
Wrong way down the runway. Woo!